the Korean peninsula was divided following World War II. The northern part of Korea came under Soviet influence. This division facilitated the rise of Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung subsequently established a communist regime in North Korea. Kim Il-sung was a former guerrilla commander. He exploited the post-war conditions to gain control in North Korea. Kim Il-sung established the groundwork for a dynastic dictatorship. His leadership marked the beginning of a long-lasting, authoritarian regime. This regime would be characterized by centralized control and cult of personality. In his early years, Kim Il-sung began cultivating a cult of personality. This involved portraying himself as an infallible and supreme leader. The construction of this cult became a central feature of his regime. It served to solidify his authority and control over the population. The cult of personality was instrumental in maintaining his power. It became a cornerstone of North Korean political structure. The Korean War, 1950 to 1953, significantly increased North Korea's isolation from the international community. The war provided Kim Il-sung with an opportunity to consolidate his power. The devastation caused by the war was strategically used to strengthen his control over the country. Kim Il-sung leveraged the post-war environment to reinforce his authority. This period marked a critical phase in the establishment of North Korea's political structure. The war's aftermath solidified Kim Il-sung's leadership and the nation's isolationist policies. The North Korean leader is presented as more than just a political figure. The leader's status is elevated to that of a demigod. This deification surpasses the conventional role of a head of state. The leader's image is carefully crafted to inspire reverence and awe. This cult of personality is a critical element in maintaining the leader's authority. The leader's perceived divine status reinforces absolute power and control. The Kim family's image is reinforced through the attribution of supernatural qualities. This portrayal aims to establish a divine-like perception of the ruling family. Official history is crafted to support these claims of extraordinary abilities. State-controlled media plays a crucial role in propagating these myths. The media disseminates narratives that enhance the Kim family's perceived status. This systematic myth-making contributes to the cult of personality surrounding the Kims. Cults of personality are maintained through consistent, repeated actions and displays. Daily rituals are implemented to ensure constant veneration of leaders. These rituals often include mandatory displays of grief, solidifying emotional bonds. Massive parades are another common ritual, showcasing power and control. These public displays reinforce the leader's image and authority. The combination of emotional displays and power showcases ensures the cult's perpetuation. Power within the Kim dynasty is transferred as a sacred inheritance. This practice transforms the dynasty into a perpetual symbol of the North Korean state. The Kim family lineage is strongly emphasized in national narratives. This emphasis reinforces the Kim family's central role in North Korean identity. North Korea employs a strategy of absolute isolation as a means of societal control. This isolation severely restricts its citizens' access to external information sources. The government tightly regulates and monitors all forms of communication with the outside world. This control is implemented to suppress any form of dissent or opposition to the ruling regime. By limiting exposure to alternative viewpoints, the government maintains ideological conformity. Consequently, this isolation reinforces the state's authority and minimizes challenges to its power. North Korea operates without a free press. The government maintains absolute control over all media outlets. This control ensures the dissemination of only state-approved information. Independent journalism is non-existent within the country. All news and information are subject to strict censorship. The media functions as a propaganda tool for the regime. Severe internet restrictions are a tool for controlling the flow of information within a society. These restrictions limit citizens' access to information originating from outside sources. The goal is to prevent citizens from gaining awareness of alternative perspectives or critical viewpoints. Restricting internet access also curtails the ability of citizens to communicate freely with each other. This inhibits the organization of dissent and the open exchange of ideas. Limited international travel restricts citizens' exposure to diverse perspectives. This lack of exposure can result in a narrower understanding of global issues. Restricted travel can reinforce existing societal norms and values. Such limitations can be a tool for maintaining control over society's worldview. In this society, every citizen is subjected to constant surveillance. This pervasive monitoring is facilitated by a network of informants. Regular inspections are also conducted to maintain control. The combined effect of these measures creates an environment of fear. This fear serves as a tool to control the populace. Individual freedoms are suppressed under the guise of societal order. A pervasive atmosphere of distrust permeates society. This distrust extends even to familial relationships. Family members may turn against each other. This betrayal is triggered by perceived suspicious behavior. Such actions highlight the depth of societal paranoia and fractured bonds. North Korea operates a network of labor camps. These camps serve as punishment facilities. Individuals suspected of disloyalty are often sent to these camps. The camps are known for their harsh conditions. Inmates are subjected to forced labor. The system is a tool of political repression. The three generations rule enforces collective accountability. Punishment extends beyond the individual to their relatives. This system targets 3 generations of the accused's family. The aim is to discourage dissent through familial consequences. Relatives are held responsible for the actions of the accused. This approach ensures widespread compliance through fear of collective punishment. Collective punishment targets entire groups for the actions of individuals. This system aims to deter dissent through widespread repercussions. The potential suffering of family members discourages individual resistance. Few are willing to risk their loved ones' well-being for personal defiance. The fear of collective punishment suppresses opposition. This creates an environment where resistance becomes exceedingly difficult. The North Korean economy is characterized by a state of ongoing crisis. This permanent crisis manifests as widespread shortages of essential goods. The economy relies heavily on external aid to meet basic needs. This dependence underscores the systemic challenges within the North Korean economic structure. The economy was sustained for many years by external aid. The Soviet Union was a key provider of economic support. China also contributed significantly to the economy's stability. The end of the Soviet bloc had severe consequences. The collapse led to widespread famine and economic hardship. The loss of external support triggered a major economic crisis. The regime promotes juche, or self-reliance, as a core ideology. Juche is used to rationalize isolationist policies. It also justifies strict governmental control. This justification is particularly emphasized during periods of economic hardship. Some economies depend on illicit trade and smuggling as a primary source of revenue. Illicit trade involves activities that are illegal or prohibited by law. Smuggling is a type of illicit trade that involves the illegal transportation of goods. This reliance often occurs when international sanctions or restrictions limit legal economic activities. Illicit trade allows the economy to bypass these sanctions and generate income through illegal means. The military-industrial complex represents a significant segment of the economy. It is characterized by a strong interrelationship between the military, government, and defense industries. A key feature is the prioritization of military production and related activities. This prioritization can sometimes occur at the expense of civilian needs and industries. The complex often involves substantial government spending on defense. This spending can drive technological innovation but also raises questions about resource allocation. China's support is critical for the survival of the North Korean regime. This support is primarily economic in nature. Without China's backing, the North Korean economy faces a high risk of collapse. This economic reliance underscores China's significant influence over North Korea. North Korea possesses a substantial military force. This force includes a large number of active soldiers. The country also maintains a significant arsenal of military equipment. These factors contribute to North Korea's projection of regional power. The size and armament of the military are key elements of its strategic posture. North Korea's nuclear program is viewed as a critical element of national defense. It is perceived as the ultimate guarantee of the nation's survival. The program aims to deter potential external threats and ensure regime stability. Possession of nuclear capabilities elevates North Korea's status on the global stage. Nuclear weapons can significantly alter the dynamics of international negotiations. Possession of nuclear capabilities can compel even powerful nations to engage in dialogue. This dynamic can elevate a regime's international standing and influence. Nuclear capability becomes a factor in global diplomatic strategies. Kim Jong-un inherited leadership from his father. He continues to consolidate the existing political system. Kim Jong-un employs both traditional and innovative control methods. These methods serve to reinforce his authority and maintain the regime's stability. Modern regimes employ propaganda as a key tool for maintaining control. This involves the strategic dissemination of information to influence public opinion. A common tactic is spreading disinformation to confuse or mislead the population. Propaganda also serves to reinforce a cult of personality around the regime's leader. These techniques are often adapted to modern communication channels for broader reach. A common propaganda technique involves creating an external enemy. This tactic relies on the constant assertion that enemies are pervasive. The perceived threat from these enemies is used to justify difficult conditions. These conditions may include widespread poverty within the population. Repressive measures by the government are also justified through this fear. Increased military spending is presented as necessary to combat the external threat. The United States is depicted as a significant external threat. South Korea is also portrayed as a major external threat. This portrayal cultivates a continuous sense of crisis. The perception of perpetual crisis is strategically fostered. This strategy serves to legitimize the regime's actions and policies. Framing external entities as threats justifies internal control measures. A cult of personality is a key characteristic of a dictatorship. It elevates the leader's image to an almost godlike status. This elevation is achieved through systematic propaganda and manipulation. The leader is portrayed as infallible and uniquely qualified to rule. This fosters unquestioning obedience and suppresses dissent. The leader is placed above the law, religion, and any form of accountability. Dictatorships often maintain power through strict control of information. This control aims to prevent citizens from accessing external viewpoints and alternative narratives. By limiting information flow, dictatorships can cultivate a distorted perception of reality. This distorted view typically favors the ruling regime and its policies. Controlled information environments suppress dissent and critical thinking. Ultimately, information control is a key tool for maintaining authoritarian rule. Dictatorships often rely on creating a climate of fear to maintain power. Repression is a key tool used to suppress any form of dissent or opposition. This repression can manifest in various forms, including strict censorship and surveillance. Prison camps are sometimes established to detain and control political opponents. Collective punishment, where entire groups are penalized for the actions of individuals, can be employed. These methods aim to instill obedience and eliminate any challenges to the dictator's authority. Dictatorial regimes often employ isolationist policies to maintain control. Isolation creates a controlled environment, limiting external influences. The ideology of Juche can be used to justify these policies. Juche provides a narrative that explains crises as external challenges. This justification reinforces the regime's authority and policies. Military strength serves as a protective shield for dictatorial regimes. This strength deters potential external threats and interventions. Nuclear weapons further enhance this protection, acting as a powerful deterrent. Ultimately, military might ensures the regime's survival against external pressures. North Korea operates as a highly controlled and structured system. The system's primary function is to maintain the Kim dynasty's authority. Every aspect of the nation is meticulously designed to reinforce this power structure. This includes political, economic, and social elements within the country. Dictatorships have demonstrated remarkable staying power. They have persisted as a form of government for over 7 decades. This longevity makes them one of the most resilient regimes. Their endurance is notable in the context of modern political systems. The ability to adapt and maintain control is a key factor. This resilience challenges conventional views of political evolution. Millions of people exist in a world where reality and myth are inseparable. This intertwining of reality and myth shapes their daily lives. The blending of these elements creates a unique cultural landscape. However, in this land, freedom remains an unattained aspiration. The absence of freedom impacts various aspects of their existence. The combination of intertwined reality, divided by myth, and lack of freedom defines their experience. The division of Korea created a power vacuum. Soviet influence grew in the north following the division. Kim Il-sung strategically exploited this power vacuum. This exploitation was key to establishing his regime. Soviet support played a crucial role in consolidating Kim's power. The origins of the regime are rooted in post-division instability and external influence. Kim Il-sung's history as a guerrilla fighter legitimized his leadership. His background provided the credentials needed to lead a revolutionary movement. This enabled him to garner support for establishing a new state. His past was instrumental in shaping his political image and authority. Constant surveillance is a tool used to monitor citizens' actions and communications. The threat of punishment is used to deter dissent and enforce compliance. These tactics instill fear within the population. Fear prevents citizens from challenging the ruling regime. Citizens become hostages of fear, controlled by the state's oppressive measures. The regime leverages poverty as a tool for manipulation. It promotes the idea of self-reliance to deflect accountability. Economic hardships are attributed to external forces, shifting blame away from internal policies. This strategy aims to maintain control by exploiting the vulnerable. The regime benefits by creating a dependent population susceptible to propaganda. The nuclear program is considered a critical element for national security. It is perceived as the ultimate guarantee of survival against external threats. The program aims to deter potential aggression from other nations. It is designed to ensure the long-term stability and longevity of the existing regime. The nuclear capability serves as a strategic asset in international relations. Kim Jong-un is actively working to strengthen the existing political system. This reinforcement involves a blend of traditional control methods. Modern propaganda techniques are also being employed. These techniques are adapted to fit current societal conditions. The goal is to maintain and enhance the regime's authority. This strategy combines old and new approaches to governance. The formula of dictatorship is a combination of elements that ensure absolute power. A key component is the cult of personality, where the leader is idealized and worshipped. Control over information is crucial to manipulate public opinion and suppress dissent. Fear and repression are used to silence opposition and maintain control through intimidation. Isolation and military strength further solidify the dictator's position and power. Dictatorship often relies on a cult of personality to maintain power. This cult elevates the leader to an almost godlike status. The leader is positioned as being above all other individuals and institutions. This elevation demands absolute obedience and unquestioning loyalty from the populace. The leader's image is carefully crafted and disseminated through propaganda. Dissenting voices are suppressed to maintain the illusion of unanimous support. Dictatorships maintain power by strictly controlling the flow of information. This control prevents citizens from accessing information about the outside world. Limited access to external information fosters a distorted perception of reality. This distorted view reinforces the dictator's narrative and legitimacy. By limiting outside influence, dictatorships ensure their continued dominance. Dictatorships often rely on fear and repression to maintain power. Prison camps are a tool used to instill fear in the population. These camps serve to suppress any form of dissent or opposition. The existence of prison camps reinforces the regime's control. They eliminate potential threats to the dictator's authority. This creates an environment of obedience and compliance. Juche ideology serves as a rationale for isolationist policies. It also provides a justification for economic hardship imposed on the populace. The ideology functions to uphold the regime's perceived legitimacy. This is achieved by fostering self-reliance and independence from external influences. The state uses Juche to consolidate power and control over society. Therefore, Juche ideology is a tool for maintaining dictatorial rule. Dictatorial regimes employ various strategies to ensure their continued existence. Military strength serves as a primary tool for maintaining power. A strong military can deter internal dissent and suppress opposition movements. Nuclear weapons act as a deterrent against external intervention. The possession of nuclear capabilities enhances the regime's perceived security. These factors collectively contribute to the regime's survival by creating a shield against threats. Please write in the comments, what surprised you the most in this video about North Korea? Give a like and subscribe to the channel. Many more interesting, shocking, and informative videos are coming up.